You're listening to the UK Crime Files, true stories of crime, downfall, and the human edge of high-stakes decisions. It's not every day a name from the world of football makes headlines outside the sports pages. But in May 2025, news broke across the UK. Ex-Arsenal striker caught smuggling £600,000 worth of cannabis. This wasn't a rumour. It was the downfall of Jay Emmanuel-Thomas, once tipped as one of Arsenal's brightest youth stars. Jay joined Arsenal's youth system at 8 years old. From the start, he stood out. Tall, athletic, composed on the ball. Coaches often described him as a natural leader. By 16, he captained their youth teams and lifted the FA Youth Cup alongside Jack Wilshere. He was strong, versatile, and technically gifted. A hybrid player who could slot in as a striker, winger, or attacking midfielder. But the breakthrough never came. Despite his talent, he struggled to break into Arsenal's senior squad. Instead of starring at the Emirates, Jay was loaned out. Blackpool, Doncaster, Cardiff. He showed promise, even brilliance at times, but not enough for Arsenal to keep him. In 2011, he moved permanently to Ipswich Town, then to Bristol City, QPR, Gillingham, and later abroad to clubs in Thailand and India. He became a football journeyman, moving from team to team, contract to contract, never quite finding long-term stability. The early hype around his name faded into the background. While some players adapt to this lifestyle, others quietly struggle. The shift from rising star to free agent is rarely discussed, but it often comes with financial strain, emotional stress, and a loss of identity. For Jay, that reality may have been setting in. Fast forward to early 2023. At Stansted Airport, customs officers inspected a shipment from Bangkok, routed through Dubai. On paper, the cargo was labeled as clothing and wellness goods, but something didn't add up. Inside the containers were vacuum-sealed bricks of cannabis, hidden within false compartments and wrapped to avoid detection. Street value over £600,000. This wasn't amateur work. The packaging was professional, the concealment meticulous. Investigators dug deeper, tracing shipment documents, phone records, and encrypted messages. Eventually, a familiar name emerged in the chain of evidence: Jay Emmanuel-Thomas. He wasn't just a passive figure. He had played a central role, coordinating the shipment, arranging communication with overseas contacts, and overseeing the logistics from Scotland. Authorities described it as a deliberate attempt to profit from the illegal drug trade. In May 2025, Jay appeared in Chelmsford Crown Court. Tall, serious, and subdued. He pled guilty to attempting to import a Class B drug into the UK. The courtroom, filled with reporters and curious observers, listened as prosecutors outlined the details of the case. Jay had no previous convictions. His legal team argued that he had fallen on hard times, that he showed remorse, cooperated with authorities, and had never been involved in violent crime. They painted a picture of a man who made a terrible decision during a difficult period. But the scale of the operation couldn't be ignored. Importing drugs at this level carries serious consequences. The maximum penalty for cannabis importation in the UK is 14 years in prison. Jay now awaits sentencing. This case, while shocking, isn't entirely unique. It highlights a growing problem in professional sports. What happens to athletes after the spotlight fades? Many professional footballers retire or fall out of the game in their early 30s. Without the structure of training, matches, and paychecks, some spiral. Depression, substance abuse, financial mismanagement. These are not exceptions. They are patterns. Jay Emmanuel-Thomas had a rare opportunity, but like many others, he slipped through the cracks. Once celebrated, now he serves as a cautionary tale. His story isn't just about crime, it's about the silence that follows fame, the pressure to maintain an image, the desperation that can follow when a career ends too soon or doesn't go as planned. Today, Jay stands at a crossroads, defined not by his goals on the pitch, but by the choices he made off it. This is the UK Crime Files. Thanks for listening.